Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to City Skylines After Dark. I am, of course, the ConflictNerd, and today, there have been some changes to our Olympic Park, even since that time lapse from a couple of moments ago. Most notably, it is now a tourist area with a lot of hotels, and it's lighting up quite nicely indeed. Well, I say most notably. What's most notable is the fact that we no longer have the stadium that used to be here. We now have the bird's nest from the Beijing Olympics, which is an absolutely beautiful looking stadium there. Looks really interesting at night, might I add. That's it during the day, and that's it at night. It lights up in a very interesting way. That's, yeah, well, actually, I don't even know if that's technically lighting up or if that's just reflections. Whatever it is, though, it's kind of beautiful. This one over here is the Jamsil Olympic main stadium. I don't know if you pronounce it like that, but whatever it is. This is from the Seoul Olympics in South Korea. No idea when that was. Don't remember. But whatever the case, very low res, but it is the only other actual Olympic stadium I could find, so we're going with this. And it's alright. It's another stadium. It does replace the tennis club that we had here, which I would perhaps like to try and add back in. It would maybe be nice to add in another football stadium or something, or just some other kind of stadium, I think. But the problem is all the bloody stadiums I have are kind of friggin' huge. And this is already central on that road, so I need to be a little bit wary with where I place things to just make sure it all fits in. What the hell's this? I have no idea what that is. I assume some kind of department store that I'm probably not going to want to place there. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Regal Theater. We could add that in here, but I don't think that necessarily makes sense for what's basically an Olympic village. We don't really have all that much else. We could, the Science Center could, yeah, I think not. Let's see, what else have we got along here? We have, nah, it doesn't really fit either. No, I'm not really seeing much to add in there, so what we'll do is go ahead and just run a pathway alongside this stadium, and alongside this bit as well, and I think we'll just decorate those little spaces eventually. It might be worthwhile just adding in some more zoning there. I have got a high-rise ban on this area, which is interesting considering the skyline. I should point out this building has been placed by me, but the rest of them are definitely high-rises, which, again, curious considering the high-rise ban on the area, but I guess, I guess there's only one type of hotel, so that's gonna happen. Anyway, like I said, I'll fill those areas out eventually. I would like to give you a bit of a run-through of what changed in the time-lapse in case you didn't catch it. So, the first thing that you may not have entirely noticed or wasn't entirely obvious is that we now have two train stations here, which are servicing two different areas of the city. I believe this platform here, well, the one on the right, but it's platform 1 and 2, comes along and comes out somewhere in here. There it is. It's somewhere in there. That's, interestingly enough, a regional train. Now, that shouldn't be there. Although I think I know why yeah, I know why that's there. It's because I've connected a regional line, so that it's not possible for regional lines to get here. That is a little bit less than ideal. Or unless, is that possibly, that's the Butler to Nerdhatton line. That's actually okay. It's supposed to be doing that. But somewhere along the line, I don't quite know where, there should be some black trains. If we just have a little bit of a look here, we should be able to see them. If we do this. They're along there. There's one. So basically the black trains are the ones that come in from the Olympic Park. There is also, if we have a little bit of a look underground, you'll notice this connection here is a way for the black trains to get from the Olympic Park out to the airport, and they will come in just here. There's one right there, actually, leaving the airport as we speak. So, I have got multiple trains running on the same lines. That's kind of okay, though. I'm not too worried about that. It is working thus far. I have limited the various lines that we have going here as well. The line that goes from the Olympic Park to the center of the city only has 2 trains, and the airport line has 3, so it's not really going to be basically overpopulating those lines. What we also have is a metro system going about under here, which you can see here. This light blue line actually goes down to here and along these couple of stations. These two metro stations weren't actually connected before I got to them, so we connected those up and that loops around that way. These two lines you can see here just go around this whole area to various stations, not to every station, but to a few of them, and then into the Olympic Park and out here. And can I just point out, I am absolutely in love with this little metro station. It's so good, it really is. It's just a little roundabout station that works so nicely there. Speaking of things that work nicely though, I'm pretty sure I have a different type of tennis stadium somewhere. I'm not sure where. I have too many custom assets. I'm constantly losing what they are and where they are, but I know for a fact I have a really nice custom tennis stadium somewhere that I would really like to put here instead of the one that we currently have, so I'm gonna go about and have a look for that, methinks. Okay, I managed to find it, so if we get rid of that stadium and just go to here, we can add this one in, I think. I reckon that'll fit if I do a little bit of anarchy there. Just plop it there. That's exactly the same bloody stadium. Okay, it's actually worse. It doesn't have anything on the side of it, so good. That's exactly what I wanted. Tennis stadium, just go back there. Yeah, that looks much better. What the hell? That's very strange. I bloody downloaded that other one off the workshop, and it's worse than this default one. Okay. Fair enough. I guess that'll happen from time to time. At least we have the bird's nest, I suppose. I really want to put some stuff in here, though. This is annoying me. I do want to put stuff in here. I just don't know what. I mean, I could add in a small basketball court, but that doesn't really make sense. We do have some smaller football stadiums, but again, doesn't really make sense. Doesn't really make sense to have a small pool in there. So I really don't know. Like an aqua fun park makes no sense either. So I guess, I mean, I guess some advertising is fair. Let's see. There's a couple of just sideways ads there. Will I guess make the area look a little bit interesting. We should probably pave a little bit more of the area while we're here, just to again sell the idea that it is a fairly built-up space. So let's just get this nicely lined up like so. That's a little bit better. And line up like so. And then fill in these gaps. There we go. This doesn't look too bad. Those ads actually help to brighten the place up a little bit at night, which is lovely indeed. I'll tell you what I would maybe like to try, though, is come in here with some of these just here and see if I can maybe brighten up the side of that stadium a little bit. Maybe some directional colored floodlights would be a better idea. Let's see if we can get a nice sort of red glow on this side of the stadium, perhaps. Something like that might be a good idea. Let's get a blue one on the other side, perhaps. That's definitely not blue. That one's orange, though. That kind of brightens it up a little bit. Let's see if we can get a nice sort of orange light shining up on this side of the stadium. Let's get the... There we go. Let's get the direction correct, just like that. So just some colored lights up onto the side of the stadium is what we're after. That's a white floor light, not really what we're after. That's definitely a blue light, but it's a ceiling blue light. There's a directional, a nice big blue floodlight, which is what we're after. Let's see if we can get that to sort of shine up in the stadium there. And I guess we'll get a white one to shine up on the other side where the blue one would otherwise go. So have that just shine up on to just about there. So those are just some lights to, again, just brighten up the area, make it look a little bit interesting. I think this is kind of near completion for the Olympic Park, though. I know it's a little bit of a mess on this side, but I did want to put some stuff in here to make it a little bit more touristy, a little bit more interesting. And also, I did connect it under here. I don't know if that was in the time-lapse, but it runs under here and connects there. But this district now has a an old town policy, so no one can come into here unless they're going into here. So they can't come off this highway and go around here into the Olympic Park. There is still pretty much only one way in here. I think the Olympic Park also might have an Old Town policy as well. I'm not entirely sure on that one. It does, so you can't come here unless you're going to this district. So basically, people were using this as a way to quickly get to the highway by coming up here and going out onto the highway that way. So we've stopped that, and everything seems to be all right. I'll tell you what, though, I haven't seen any buses come in here for a while. Do we still have our bus lines? Did I never do the bus lines? Wait a minute, did I? I could swear I did these bus lines. Maybe I did those. Maybe I did the bus lines. I'm pretty certain I did the bus lines. Maybe I did them and scrapped them. I might have. I know there was a scrapped recording, so that's interesting. I could have sworn I did the bus lines. Whatever. That's fine. It means we can do them now. So what I'm thinking for the bus lines is basically every major station in the city is going to have a bus or a series of buses that will run in here. So that bus line that we've just added is bus line number what exactly? 21? No, 30. So 30 onwards. I think we're going to go with... Ooh, we need a good color here. I'm going to go bright red, actually. Because it's an easy color to get. So bus line 5 and 18 need to be changed. So they're going to go blue and I guess sort of purple. There we go. So 30 onwards for this little while is going to need to be bright red. So we'll put a bus there and a bus there. So we have one going to that station. We now need one that goes to this station. So this is going to be going around there, like so, to connect there. So there's 2 lines getting people in there, which is great. We'll get another one. I think I might try and limit this to like 4 bus lines, honestly. I don't think we need that many. So that one goes to there. Obviously going to need one that goes to here as well. So have it come around that way and connect just there and complete that line. That's absolutely beautiful. Let's get another one just, I guess, down there. So that goes to that station. This one's going to need to go to up here to Belmont, of course. So up to Belmont we go and complete the line. So that's 4 already. We're going to need to go 5 because we obviously need one that goes to the airport. So that can go to the... Oh, wait, there's actually 2. Okay, this is going to be a fairly big bus line then because it's going to go to that airport and then it's also going to go to the international airport as well. So I think this is actually going to come up like this and go on the opposite side of the road to the other bus stops, then come around to the main station, and then it's going to come back to wherever the hell the Olympic Park is, which is right there. Beautiful. So connect that, and that's going to be a hell of a lot of buses. That is going to be a hell of a lot of buses, but that is okay by me, because it means that we have a lot of ways for people to get here. This is possibly gonna become basically a transport hub, which isn't the worst thing in the world, simultaneously isn't the best thing in the world, but it's all right. It's all right. We can make it work. So 30 bright red and bright red. Bright red. We obviously want all of them to be bright red. This is going to be kind of hideous coming in here, to be honest, but it's fine. So there's all of our bright red bus lines. Now, the type of bus for this is going to be interesting, because I don't actually know which buses are which. I'm not actually sure. This one can hold... I really should look these up on the workshop, shouldn't I? Okay, this is the bus we want. It's not articulated like some of the other ones, and should be fine. So that's bus line 30 with the correct type of bus. This is going to be very, very red. But that is... Okay, have I actually gone for the right one? That's hybrid 11. I think the A is articulated. I'm going to assume so. So that's 31 with the correct type of bus. We now want bus number 32. That's the one we're looking for there. 33, of course, to have the right bus. And 34 to, of course, have, once again, the right bus. So they're all going to be from the central bus depot, which is just over here and is about to become very busy indeed. But we should not be able to see the bus coming out. There it is. That's a bloody big bus, but that should look this is going to look interesting. They're not route masters, but they're very bright red. So this should be exciting. It's going to be a hell of a lot of buses coming over to the Olympic Park. But again, that's good. That's what we want to see. That's a lot of public transport to get to that place, which is, well, exactly what we want. So there they go. They're all going to be coming in like that. A little bit of a detour there. I'm not entirely sure. Oh god, they're all going out that way. That may cause some problems if all the buses opt to go over that bridge, which doesn't look like they're all doing, but a fair few of them are. That could certainly cause some issues, but I reckon we'll be okay. In fact, you know what I should probably do? I've just realized this would make a lot of sense. If I just bring a little bit of a road off of here, like, say, hold on, let's make this proper. So take that out there and like that. And then we angle this like that, and then we do not quite like that, but something like that could make a lot of sense. Because that's a quick way for people to come from this highway onto that highway without having to go through the whole area. So that could make a lot of sense. That could be good. That could be very good. Let's just change some of the traffic manager stuff here so these guys can only go left from that lane. You guys can go to that lane, and you guys can only go straight on there. So there's no complications. This is going to be a right turn only lane. This lane's going to be straight on into that lane. So that'll hopefully streamline things a little bit, letting the buses get to their location just a little bit quicker. Hopefully it'll update, but it doesn't seem like we're having too many problems as it is. There's the first buses coming in though, which is very exciting indeed. There they are. No, that's pretty cool looking actually. That's pretty cool looking. Can we go in first person with you? It's a little bit of a mess. Let's just go to daytime so it stops flickering. So the bus comes to its stop. And we should be able to, oh, can we not see in these tunnels? Oh, you can't see in bus tunnels, which is interesting. You can see in these ones, correct? Oh, no, you can't. Did I uninstall the mod that let me see into, road tunnels? Or is it just only certain types that have that? Because, no, I must have uninstalled it. I don't know what the hell that mod was, but there was a period of time where I could see through tunnels. And that worked. That was awesome. Whatever the case, the buses are certainly arriving here, which is great news. This area looks pretty cool, actually. I'm actually very happy with how it's turned out. I would like to fill in this space, though. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. I guess we could bring a road down like this and sort of over a little bit. If we did a bit of a straight road there, and then bring a curved road down like... Oh, careful, careful. Bring it around like that? It does sort of fill in the space. It's a little bit glitchy, though. If it could not glitch, that would kind of be perfect. Just don't glitch with me here, cities. That's okay. Okay, let's take this road straight on. Maybe not quite straight on. Okay, whoa, a mouse went crazy there. Okay, that's fine. That's what happens, I guess, when you, So, basically, I don't know if I've mentioned this at any point, but I recently upgraded my monitors, and I'm now playing in a 1080p window as opposed to being full screen. I can click out of the window sometimes, and it goes a bit mental, and I'm really not used to it, because it shouldn't do it. It really shouldn't. It'd be nice if it would lock to the window, but apparently it doesn't want to do that. So, there's a fun fact for you. Let's go ahead and try this again to line it up nicely. That actually looks alright. I'm not going to be able to take this straight to the track as much as I would like to. So it is going to have to go something like that, and then maybe just sort of curve a little bit, then curve a little bit more. Then curve just to there. That's alright. That does alright. Let's see, maybe bring a straight road across like that. Yeah, that's working. Then down to there. That lets me fill in that space, which is kind of all I really wanted to do. Now the question is, can I take a road up this hill and have it work nicely. Apparently, no. Yeah, that's a bit steep. That is a little... Oh, no, that works. That's really steep, though. That's a little bit silly. There we go. That's just a little bit better. I decided not to continue the road down around here because I thought it was a little bit steep. So we now have this, which it works. It looks alright. We can probably just put some... Yeah, we'll just put some more commercial in there because we'll get some nice tall buildings, and we're actually going to wind up with a bunch of tall buildings surrounding the stadiums and stuff in there. So that's actually kind of cool, and I am kind of okay with that. Let's do a little bit of low density commercial just along here, just to see what it would look like, because I've kind of got no idea what low density commercial is going to be when it comes to a tourist area. Let me also just upgrade this road a little bit to, well, not upgrade, just change it so it updates, so I can fill out this space properly with some low-density commercial. So, just along like that, I'll take this back a little bit as well, take this back a little bit as well, D-zone that bit, and that little bit, and that little bit. And we can probably make something kind of nice in here. We can probably do something kind of fun. Perhaps a little bit of a pathway coming through just here. Even if it does sort of go straight across, although I don't think it needs to. It can actually... It probably could just curve like that. Then go straight down here and curve out again. So if we go to there and curve like that, that's not so bad. That's a nice little pathway for the area. Okay, what about a tree or two? Just along the path a little bit to, you know, shake things up, add some greenery, make it a little bit more natural, and some of my favorite red shrubs there. I'll tell you what, for the next season of City Skylines, whatever that may be, I'm getting more than just red shrubs, because those are bloody everywhere. Let's speed up time a little bit, though. I know there is a bit of a demand for residential zoning, but I'm not gonna bother with that for here. There is a little bit of residential zoning over here, but I generally want to stay away from zoning residential because there is going to be a lot of noise pollution, so that's my thinking there. Let me just D-zone you. And maybe do a little bit of just paving there to cover that up. So a 2x2 tile with road anarchy should be all we need if I just do something like that and that. That'll be nicely covered up when a building goes up there. As for all of this, we could probably do something similar just here to make that work. There we go, and that'll hopefully join up when a building goes up there as well. And that should look pretty good. Oh, there's been a bit of a problem over here. We should fix that with a little bit of the 4x4 gravel tile, which I have sort of grown to love a little bit, because it makes this area just look a little bit better. We could probably do with something like the gravel going like this, at a bit more of an angle, like so. Oh, that's not what we want. Okay, let's fix that. 2x2, and just fill in that little space. There we go. In fact, I'm really tempted to sort of bring the gravel the whole way around, now that I look at it, although I honestly think that's probably okay as it is. Yeah, that's fine. That's kind of neat. I like that. As in, kind of, it looks neat, not that's pretty neat. That's a word I type, I just never say. It's one of those weird ones. I've got a lot of words like that, I realize. There's a lot of words that I type, but will never say because it sounds stupid in my accent. Neat being one of those things. I never actually vocally describe something as being neat, because, you know, this accent was not really designed for that kind of thing. Let's just go ahead and fill in this space a little bit. You know what I've realized? City Skylines is apparently the one game where I will talk absolute bollocks the most. And it's actually the one game where I've talked the most about my my accent. A few episodes ago, well, quite a few episodes ago at that, I was talking about how I was trying to pronounce certain words differently, such as tower and power. Oh god, what have I done? Oh my god, I've tabbed out of the window again. This is not going well. This is an absolute disaster thus far, these new screens. I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong, they're bloody great. I just keep tabbing out of the windows. I think this is, I think this is probably good. Really, all we need to do is get the zoning to build up. And to do that, we're obviously going to need to get more residential into the city, because that's where a lot of the demand's coming from. Also, I realized these guys aren't actually in the district, so we totally need to fix that, because they're not going to be using the proper theme, which is the international one. They're going to be using the European one by the looks of it, which is not really what I want them to do. It'd be nice if they wouldn't do that, because I really don't want the European theme on any of this land, to be honest. It's really not what I'm looking for. Let's just take that up to there, and take this back from the lower train track just a little tiny bit. There we go, and just neaten that corner up a little bit. There we go. So those guys should all bugger off at some point, the European buildings and all that stuff. We'll see more tourism buildings coming into the area, such as these ones, which just look... that's actually a casino. Although it's apparently a hotel casino, whatever. That's fine, I suppose. But I'll tell you what, I'm actually very happy with how this area is looking. There's a few people using the buses around here, which is nice to see. I'm curious to see how many people use this. 510 passengers last week. That's a bit crazy. And this one is 117 last week. This is servicing 59 passengers, and that's servicing 14. That's kind of to be expected. But this is working really well. I guess in the... I think I will leave it there for today. I think in the next episode, what I may end up doing is creating a bit of a sort of residential zone up here, because we definitely need it, and we sort of have the... We sort of have the access for it at this point. I reckon we can create a nice sort of join for all of this. Even if we just sort of continue this grid up a little bit, we can definitely get something going on there, which will get a lot more residential zoning into the city. And honestly, I think that's probably going to be the, like, about there, kind of that junction is going to be about as far as we develop the city up that way. Well, I say that, it really could go up to the mountain, couldn't it? So maybe that train line will be about as far as we go. We'll sort of develop it maybe to the edge of the mountain a little bit, and sort of fill in all of that space. Although the Olympic Park kind of needs to be sort of isolated. I don't know, we'll figure that out. We will absolutely figure that out. I do think taking it up to the mountain and sort of around that space could be a good idea. It would bring it up to the same sort of level as Belmont goes to there. But we're getting there. We're absolutely getting there. I do think I will... I do think I'll work towards getting all of the monuments at some point. I do really want to get the Eden project so I can clean up all of my pollution. Speaking of which, do I have the... Now, where is it? This is what I'm looking... Oh, we're so close to getting the business park. Okay, you know what? I was about to end the episode. I'm not going to do that, because I really want to get the business park. Like, we are stupidly close. We're about to get it, actually. 4 more... Oh, God, someone just stopped building. Okay. There we go. 10 more tiles of commercial. There we go. There's the business park. Okay. Where can it go? I feel like it needs to go over here. This is actually a pretty good place for it. Possibly, like, if that wasn't too steep, which, to be fair, it's still too steep. Okay. That would look really good there, though. Hold on a minute. I'm going to make this work. Let's make it daytime, because I'm going to make this work. I think that's a beautiful spot for the business park. Bring this right out, like so, and sort of across a little bit. So to there. And can I now put the business park there? I absolutely can. That's a really nice place for it too. I really... Oh my god, the view from there. That's beautiful. It's like a frame. It's like it's framing the city. Or from here, it's sort of framing everything else in there. It does go a little bit dumb just here, which hopefully I can fix. Let's see. Hold on. Let's get the bloody terraforming. Stop being a prick. There we go. So if I smooth that out... No, we're not going to be able to fix that. Damn. Okay, well that maybe isn't as pretty looking as I wanted it to be. I mean, I can fix it. I would just have to sort of raise the terrain up a little bit, which I can technically do. I just really don't know that I want to do this, because it might look a little bit silly. A little bit naff. Yeah, it's not great, is it? That's not a great look. Well, that's a shame. That would have looked beautiful there. And I guess I can move it back. Yeah, well, no, we're gonna move this. It's gonna go in here instead. Get rid of those guys. Give me that business park. Give me, there it is. That's a better spot. Okay, and then what we do is we just basically move the road to go out and around it. So it's gonna go right up to the business park. So turn off anarchy first so I can actually make this bloody work. Get rid of that road completely. So this goes to here, and then this connects to... Not quite like that. Okay, I'm gonna make this work, I'm telling you. This goes to there. This goes along to there, and that goes around. So it goes around the business park, basically. Does that line up properly? No, it does not. Okay, well, I'm gonna make it line up properly. So it goes to that point. Then this goes over to there. And we'll curve it to the road. There we go. Actually, no we won't. That looks terrible. There we go. That looks really good, actually. I'm really pleased with that. It does sort of mess with the road a little bit, but I think that's a beautiful addition to this entire district. I think it actually sets it off perfectly. It kind of finishes the Olympic Park, which, I mean, it needs a little bit of work here and there, but I think generally speaking, that kind of nicely finishes the area. Well, what else do we need for the Eden project? We need the Cathedral of Plentitude. When do we get the Cathedral of Plentitude? It's difficult to find. There's the Cathedral of Plentitude. Construct all city service buildings. Which I need to place 7 more of those. I don't know what I have though. I mean, that's easy to do. That is really easy to do. I mean, I guess I can technically do that. I won't do it right now. I'll do that between episodes or something. But that'll be easy enough to do. Let me just place in some of these, the better crematorium. Okay. I mean, I forgot I had this, but sure, we'll chuck in the better crematorium. We'll chuck it somewhere around here. It could go there. Not a terrible spot for, well, it is a kind of awful spot for it, but hopefully that'll do a reasonable job for that area. There's all our buses coming in, all the people being transported about. I think that's good. I'm actually super pleased with how this area is looking. It's sort of its own little city, which is kind of nice, and has stupid amounts of public transport helping it, which is exactly what we want, because, I mean, there's a lot of people here. There's... Okay, no one's visiting that, but there's, 671 people at this station here. There's, a decent number coming to there. There's a decent number there. And there's a whole bunch of people getting buses. There's a lot of people here. There's just not many of them are actually driving. And that's exactly what we want, so I'm very happy with that. Anyway, folks, I think that's gonna be it for today. The Olympic Park is pretty much done. I'll do some changes eventually, but for the meantime, yeah, that's gonna be it. So, thank you kindly for watching. I've been the Conflict Nerd. This has been Cities Skylines After Dark. Once again, any suggestions you have for what you would like to see me build next in this city, leave them in the comments below. The Olympic Park was a suggestion in the comments on a previous episode, and I'm very glad it was suggested because I'm very proud and pleased with how it's turned out. So with that in mind, once again, thank you kindly for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!